Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are here today, as you know, at CrossFit Recursive, and we've done an outfit change very quickly here. And we're going to do a little mini workout. This is Nicole Gessler. She's one of the co-owners here. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Like you guys may have seen, we worked with them on a show called Wisconsin CrossFit Affiliate, so we're very familiar with you guys. I'm a big fan of this place. I actually come here. And a big part of everything that you guys do is so much of the learning process, and it's so important to have correct technique and form. Absolutely. And I know that's a really big emphasis point, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep, we get a lot of phone calls. I had one actually just before, a woman coming in, she's like, I want to, I'm a little bit older, I want to make sure it's not too intense, I'm not going to get hurt, I have these injuries. And that's part of our intake process, is always to sit down with somebody and find out, you and I were just talking, you have a little bit of a knee issue, some shoulder stuff, and there's always things that we can do. We can always modify and scale. We always want to make sure that you're getting a great workout and being safe and injury free.
So both are possible.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
That's a great point that you bring up too, just the different age ranges and abilities, and that's really true, and I've seen it in the classes that I've been a part of. You have people, all age ranges, all abilities, and everything really is modifiable.
Yes.
So it's not something to be intimidated by.
That's a really neat thing, to be able to see that range working together all in the same workout, in the same room, at the same time, and high-fiving after.
Yeah, I think it's nice for everybody too, like different generations, bringing them together. We have, we have high schoolers, we've got, retirees, and it's nice to kind of bring them together a little bit, close that gap a little bit for people.
Right. And we have all, things we can add to the group, and all different strengths and abilities.
Absolutely.
So what are you going to make us do today?
So we are going to, so we're going to take you through just a little mini thing here. This is kind of the format of our regular class. We would normally warm up and do some stuff. We're going to work on some skills today. We're going to talk about air squatting, which is a very basic movement. It's one of the first things that you're going to learn if you come into our gym, work on that stuff. Air squats are very, very functional. You think about daily life, getting off the couch. Really, it's kind of gross to talk about, but getting off the toilet. So that's the reason a lot of seniors end up in nursing homes, is because they can't get off the toilet, they can't take care of themselves. Right. So that air squat is a very, very functional movement that we have to do. And as we were talking, having knee issues, squatting actually helps them. People think, I can't squat because I have knee issues. If you're doing it properly, which we're going to talk about, you will strengthen your knees and they will be better. And the other functional movement we're going to talk about is burpees. Again, you have the aging generation, they fall on the floor, they can't get up. So it's that same thing, working on being on the floor, getting up. It's a very functional movement. We need to be able to take care of ourselves. And then put that into practice. We're just going to do a quick 2-minute workout to even just show how like if you increase that intensity, how tired you can be in 2 minutes. You can get a really good workout. You don't need to be on a treadmill for 2 hours to kind of get what you're looking for out of a workout. So
I think there's research right now too about going more intense for shorter amounts of time and actually being more beneficial.
Yes, yep. There's a whole lot of research on that. It raises your heart rate, it burns the calories longer afterwards. Same thing with strength training as well. You actually long term will burn more from strength training than from running long distances. So
plus you get extra time.
It's a win-win.
Absolutely.
Cool. So let's dive right into it.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
All right.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, so that first thing for that air squat, we're going to start with our shoulders, our feet underneath our shoulders, okay? So we got that nice comfortable kind of distance there. We're going to toes point out just a little bit, technically about 12 degrees. So we just want a little bit there. We're going to go ahead, the first thing I want you to do is clench your butt cheeks. And that's going to set your hips in a neutral position, right? You're going to put them there. Then you're going to prepare to get sucker punched. I did have a little kid, I was walking down the stairs the other day, and a little kid came up and sucker punched me. So prepare to get sucker punched, and that's going to lock those hips in that position.
Okay.
We want to keep our chest nice and high, so I like to kind of just grab my thumb, put my elbows by my ears, keep that up there. Then what we're going to do is you're actually going to keep everything locked. You're going to go ahead and lean forward just a little bit to load those hips. You're going to go ahead and push that butt back, push those knees out, and you're going to go down in that squat. And so what we're looking for is that we're looking for our knees to track over our toes, and we never want our knees to go up in front of our toes.
Gotcha.
So every time you're doing that, you should be able to see the tops of your toes. Okay? So go ahead and do a couple of those.
Okay.
Good. How does that feel on your knee?
Good.
Good. Can you get down a little bit lower?
If I go wider.
How deep should you go?
So what we're looking for is the hip crease to go below the top of the knee. That's that full range of motion that we're looking for. Sometimes we get people that come in from high school or colleges and they're told only to not break that parallel, but that is really where you want to go, is just below there. You don't need to bottom out, but you need to go there.
That's important to know.
Those both look really great, all right?
Awesome.
I know we're kind of running low on time here, but the next thing we want to talk about is burpees.
Okay. The dreaded burpees.
I know.
But they're a great workout.
They are, and the sole purpose of burpees is to tire you out, right? It's just to get that heart rate up and then go ahead and do stuff afterwards. So what you're gonna do, I am a little bit taller, so I like to spread my feet just a little bit to lower my center of gravity. Hands are gonna go on the floor underneath your shoulders. We don't want super wide because, as you said, 2 shoulder issues, we don't wanna hurt our shoulders. So hands underneath your shoulders, you're gonna go ahead and kick your feet back. Your chest is gonna hit the floor. You're gonna go ahead and then cobra, load those hips. The hips are gonna go straight up, feet straight, pop back up, and then a jumping clap at the end.
Voila.
Voila, all right? So go ahead, we'll do another one. So hands on the floor, keep your feet back, chest hit the floor, load those hips, pop back up, jump and clap.
Easy
And that's your
peasy.
burpee, right?
Not so bad.
Wait, show us again, like 10 more times.
Burpees suck so much. They're really horrible for tall people, right? Because you've got that huge, like, all the way down and all the way up. So CrossFit actually is much more beneficial.
It's a short man's sport.
It's very, very rare that anything is more advantageous if you're short, but CrossFit is one of those.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how would a workout go, quick before we go here, we've only got about 30 seconds.
Yep.
How would it look if we put these together?
So if you put that together, we've got a clock over there. We would set the clock for whatever amount of time. This one was 2 minutes, as many reps as possible in 2 minutes. So everybody starts together, they end together, you get 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. You would work through like 10 air squats, 5 burpees, and you would see how many times you could do that in those 2 minutes.
Okay.
So we can take it out with that if you want.
Right? And quick before we go, maybe you want to explain to people while we get started, how do people get started here at CrossFit Go?
The first thing that we would do is have you go to our website or call or email us, and we have a no sweat introduction that we do. And so what we do is we have you come into the gym, we sit down and first we talk about your goals. We want to know what you want to do and the best way to get started. We have a lot of programs here. We have personal training, we have nutrition, we've got those RX classes, we've got small group CrossFit classes. And so we want to know what your goals are, how to do that. We sit down, talk about how to get started.
You guys are just great here. My heart's already pumping as you're standing.
Right?
Oh, great workout. Thank you guys so much for having us today.
Thanks for coming, we appreciate it.
And again, we're here at CrossFit Recursive, and this has been Girl Talk. Keep watching Wisconsin's 57 television.